Iowa lost to Nebraska in what I would call a stunner of a game. Iowa is ranked the number 2 team in the country right now. Nebraska is ranked number 82, and Iowa lost to Nebraska 82-79. And this game looked like it was Iowa's game from the get-go. Yes, sure, Nebraska sort of stayed in it and made some stuff happen, but when it came down to it, the first 3 quarters of this game was Iowa's. Iowa had it. And then all of a sudden, Lisa Bluter, in my opinion, Lisa Bluter had a blunder. Lisa Bluter had a blunder, and her blunder was her attempting to give Iowa fans the opportunity to see Caitlin Clark break that scoring record. She was 8 points away at the start of the fourth quarter. Caitlin Clark had 31 points in the game at the start of the fourth quarter. And instead of continuing to play the game like they were playing it all throughout, because it wasn't like Nebraska was dominating. They weren't. It was Iowa the entire first half. It was Iowa the entire third quarter. And it really was the change in plan for Iowa. Instead of Caitlin Clark looking to shoot and hit shots, it was keep the ball away from Caitlin. It was, Caitlin, when you get the ball, pass it to someone else. And that's what cost this team the game. That's what cost them the game. Iowa was scoring. They scored 16 points in the first quarter. They scored 23 points in the second quarter. They scored 30 points in the third quarter, and they had 10 points in the fourth quarter. 10 points. And the reason that they had 10 points is because Caitlin Clark was trying not to shoot. It was like she was allergic to shooting. She didn't want the ball really in her hand. She was looking to pass like crazy, and that's problematic because Iowa's game is to run through Caitlin Clark. And if Caitlin Clark is extremely, extremely deferential to her other players, just to avoid hitting those 8 points in the fourth quarter, that cost you the game. Nebraska wasn't stopping Caitlin. They weren't stopping Caitlin. But Lisa Bluter in my opinion, changed the game plan. And it was about passing around. So you pass around, but in terms of shooting, the rest of the team, they were just missing shots left and right. And then Nebraska came down and was making shots. Nebraska was making shots, and so that's a thing as well. So in terms of Nebraska, they had 13 points in the first quarter. They had 22 in the second quarter. They had 20 in the third quarter. And in that fourth quarter, they had 27 points, 27-10 in that fourth quarter. And that's what won them the game. That's what it was. The game was over after that. I would say a huge shout out to Jazz Shelley. Jazz Shelley for Nebraska. This girl played out of her mind today. She played absolutely out of her mind, and she is the reason why Nebraska won this game. She had 23 points. She was 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. She hit a 3-point bucket with seconds left to go to give Nebraska the lead, their first lead of the game. With it was like less than 50 seconds left to go. It was like probably like 40 something seconds left to go in the game. She decides to it was a blown play, basically. Time was running down on the shot clock. She hails up a three sort of towards the corner, and she hits it. And y'all, I don't know if y'all saw this after she hit the three. She did a she did you can't see anything. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so, like, when I saw that, I just started busting up laughing. It was so funny. It was so funny. And I yeah. And Iowa tried to give the ball to Caitlin and have Caitlin do her late game heroics. And Caitlin, she's very good at late game heroics. Absolutely. But when she doesn't shoot basically at all in that fourth quarter, and then you need her to sort of save the game, that's putting her in a not so great position. If she was playing her normal game throughout the entire fourth quarter, they wouldn't have been in that situation, period, because Iowa would have scored more than 10 points. So Queen says Caitlin was trying not to shoot. Yeah. Yep. Let's see what y'all got to say about this Iowa game. Let's see. RC says I'm pretty bitter right now. I'm sorry, RC. I'm sorry. But y'all had it though. Y'all absolutely had this game. I don't know why. I don't know why y'all decided to take things a different direction. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Carol says Nebraska played their hearts out. They did. I can't even lie. The defense at the end was crazy. Yes. And I don't want me saying that this game was a blunder to take away from the amazing play of Nebraska. Nebraska had a great game today. A very great game. They played better, way better than I was expecting them to play. And they put themselves in a position to get a run in the fourth quarter. Because they had it relatively close enough for the game leading into that fourth quarter to actually make some stuff happen. So I would say that they for sure helped themselves out. Let's see. Roderick says Iowa cannot win close games. They can. It's just they put themselves in a position not to today. Nicholas says, shout out to Jazz. Shelly, she balled out. She did. She absolutely did. She absolutely did ball out. Aussie says, Caitlin Clark got 1,000+ assists. Yes, she did. Nicholas said it only cost them the game. It might cost them the conference. Yeah. Kimura says too much politics, not enough basketball. What do you mean? RC says when Caitlin did shoot her shots, they were shoot super flat. Yeah. Yup. RC says it also shows me that nobody on the team wants to be consistently big time. Yeah. I mean, nobody besides Caitlin Clark. And I think that Iowa should have just been like, yep, Caitlin's gonna break the record in Nebraska, and it's fine. Like, don't change it up now. Don't change it up now. And they did. They changed it up, and that's what cost them the game. I do want to show some video of the post game for Iowa and for the Iowa presser after the game was over, because I thought it was pretty illuminating. So let's give me just a sec. I'm gonna pull up that screen grab.
Yeah, I mean, probably could have worked for maybe for a better one, but you're down, so you want to give yourself a chance to get an offensive rebound of some sort. And just didn't execute down the stretch, and that stinks. And Nebraska's a really good team, and changed up their defense on us, and we weren't really prepared for it and didn't respond well in all areas. So good learning opportunity for us. I think, like we said in the locker room, like our goals are still intact. You just come in and get better every single day. You win every single day. That's all that matters. But keep your head high. One loss doesn't define you by any means.
Caitlin, what is the defensive change? Because you guys scored only just 10 points on that fourth quarter. Was that the biggest thing? Or?
Absolutely. I think going to the box and one, something we prepared for all throughout the season. Hadn't necessarily prepped for it the last couple of practices, but should have been ready for it. Should have executed our offense better. And that doesn't mean that I need to get open looks by any means. We have plenty of capable scorers on our team that can get open looks, but that's what a box and one is. They're going to take me away. They're going to make me take hard shots. It's just finding ways for other people to get open. And, we have plays. We have offenses that we should have been running. We just didn't execute. We just didn't get to our spots. We didn't cut into the paint. But, we'll be ready for it. And like I said, it's a good learning opportunity.
Caitlin, I'm sure it's in the back of your mind, but how does it feel that you're going to break the all-time scoring record back at home in Iowa City?
Yeah, it's not really on the front of my mind right now. I think just, getting better and getting back home and playing in front of our fans and executing the way we know we can execute, I think is very important for this team. And we'll have 2 practices to get ready for that. And, obviously it'll be special, but I think the biggest focus right now is just finding ways to grow, finding ways to get better because, another case of us blowing another lead and, that's something that has to stop. And, I think just we could have executed a lot better. Can't get frazzled by them going to a box and one. I've seen it plenty of times. I think that's just my main focus right now.
All right, y'all. That was part of the press conference. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that's part of it. So as Caitlin was saying, Nebraska did go into a box and one that was very successful, but also I think it was more successful than it should have been because there was an effort to get to mainly focus on getting all the other players involved and not necessarily having Caitlin score. So yes, that box and one was very helpful, but also there was a change in tactic for Iowa, in my opinion, that really did cost them the game. Let's see what else y'all got to say. Let's see what else y'all got to say. All right. Hopefully y'all were able to see that video. B-Girl1214 says, Quita, do you now believe that the number 2 spot is cursed? I think something's in the water for every team that's not named South Carolina. Like, every other team is getting got besides South Carolina. So that is for sure a thing. It's not a curse, but something is going on. These teams, these top teams are not coming prepared to show up and make some stuff happen.